March 13, 2023 is the last time I published a long form video on my YouTube channel, and it's honestly quite embarrassing for somebody who has been one of the most consistent content creators for the last 10 years in the digital marketing space. I've published blogs, I've published YouTube videos, I've published Instagram, Facebook Lives, everything. And then this year I just dropped the ball on YouTube. So I wanted to use this video as an opportunity to kind of come back, even though I've never really left. But I didn't want the year to finish without me publishing a single long-form YouTube video, so here we are. Is it going to be professionally edited? No, because I'm recording it super late and I don't have anybody to edit it by me, but I'm also going to experiment and see how it's going to do in terms of having pretty much zero editing, besides maybe cutting out some, BS things. But don't you ever feel the same way that I feel, that sometimes you watch so many YouTube videos and they're all so professionally edited that it just feels like too much? So that's how I've been feeling about a lot of YouTube videos. Now, they do look beautiful, everything looks amazing, but I don't always need all the bells and whistles to stay engaged through the content. Maybe you feel the same way. Either way, let me know into the comment section, but I just got tired of all the, heavily edited videos. I do believe in thumbnails, though. I do believe in, a good, well done thumbnail. I do believe in titles. I do believe in SEO for everything. However, YouTube is a lot of work, so hence why I haven't been on here, because I put my attention into in-person events. I've been going to a lot of networking events, in-person events. It's just been lots and lots of travel, so YouTube has not been a priority. And I've also been on multiple different social media platforms, hence why I've been gone from here. I have published some YouTube shorts though, so you're welcome. But anywho, let's get into some predictions of what I believe is going to be happening in 2025. Now, these predictions are completely done by me. ChatGPT did not take part in any of this video. It's literally just me, my brain, and my notes on my phone, hence why I'm looking somewhere else. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and dive right into this. So I do believe that long-form content is going to make a comeback in 2025. But the question is, has it ever left in order for it to come back? Because I feel like long-form content has always been here. It's just not everybody has been creating it, because we have been too bamboozled by the Instagram Reels and the TikTok and all the short-form videos that are even on LinkedIn. I mean, who would have thought that it would be on LinkedIn? Is it going to survive there? I don't know, but it's there. And yeah, so I feel like long-form content is going to get a lot more attention in 2025, because we kind of get tired from things, right? So, if we focus too much on something, whether it's, everybody's doing a podcast, and then people are like, oh, okay, you get fatigued after a while of focusing on one thing for way too long, especially when everybody else is doing it, right? So that's kind of, how it started in 2020 when we had TikTok. It was fun because we were all home and everybody was like, oh, let's dance on TikTok, let's dance on this, new app or whatever. And then Instagram caught on, and then we had Instagram Reels, which we still have. By the way, if you are struggling of being consistent on Instagram Reels, if you just feel that resistance and you're like, I can't make myself publish content, I'm doing a 30-day Instagram Reels challenge that starts on January 6, 2025. And if you are at a point when you're like, I understand I have to be consistent, but I just, for the love of God, I can't do it, this challenge is going to be perfect for you. So the details are in the description. So check the link for the challenge details. Grab your spot, because I'm not sure how many times I'm going to be doing it, but it's going to be the perfect way to kick off your 2025. Be more visible, build your consistency muscle, and then, get used to posting consistent video content and get used to creating and editing. And you're also, by the end of 30 days, you're going to be able to streamline your process so much that it's actually going to feel effortless. So let's move on. Now, I also do believe that podcasts are going to become more popular. No, they are very popular. It is a huge way to build your business. It's a huge way to network and connect with, with a larger audience, right? But I also want to remind you that when people listen to a podcast, we listen to it in full. Like, we listen the full episode. I don't know about you, but it's very rare for me to put a podcast on a pause and then, not, resume it. Like, if I'm pausing something and then, I'm not coming back to it. unless like I was listening to a podcast and then somebody calls me, I, talk on the phone and then I, press play again. But generally, a YouTube video, I may not always finish it, but a podcast, I will always finish an episode because, it's just there. I'm like, I know if I pause it, I'm never coming back to it. If I pause a YouTube video, I can go back through my history, go back to that video and, finish watching. I've done it multiple times. But podcasts, I'm actually starting a podcast myself in 2025, so putting it out there for some self-accountability, because I've wanted to start one for such a long time, and I was like, you know what, I'm turning 30 in 2025, so I'm starting it with a bang. One, with a challenge. Two, I'm relaunching one of my content creation programs. And then I'm starting a podcast, which I'm really excited about because I'm going to be able to bring you so much knowledge and so many amazing guests as well, because I've built such a large network over the last, 10 years in various different businesses. So I feel like the podcast is going to be so valuable. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. I will be posting more about that on YouTube as well. And yeah, so I'm kind of forcing myself to get back to YouTube as well, and I'm going to put myself on the spot again because considering that I haven't published anything this year, I decided I'm going to take YouTube a bit more seriously in 2025, and I'm committing myself to 24 videos next year, so it's not going to be weekly uploads. It probably will be at some point, but we're going to start with 2 videos a month. That's my bare minimum goal. Once I hit that, I'm going to be happy. And I'm going to be experimenting with very little editing and just kind of see what's going to happen. And a lot of the videos are going to be tutorials. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So again, put myself on the spot for some accountability with me and you as well. And yeah, so that's prediction number 1. Quite a lot of predictions. Number 2, people want authenticity because in the age of AI, don't you feel a little tired a lot of the times of, just seeing some very generic content from a lot of creators? Now, I will say this. It's, how some people say, oh, it's so easy for me to spot the AI generated content. Is it though? Because here's the deal. When I interact with my ChatGPT, when I, create content in there or I generate ideas and then I have it write captions, it almost always now sounds like me. There's generally still maybe like 10-20% of tweaks that I have to do, but it always sounds like me. And I mean, I still write a lot of my content. Like I don't let AI write all of my content. Like majority of the things that you see on my Instagram, what you're going to see here on YouTube, it's still going to be me. But you just have to do a better job at training your GPT so that it actually sounds like you. So I have been, feeding my AI for several months now. So now that I feel like it has enough information and enough data on me and my business and the kind of clients that I'm working with, it's now becoming better. So there's that. Now, the third thing is prediction number 2 kind of led me to prediction number 3, which is human touch and especially community engagement is going to be massive. Because here's the thing, have you seen some of those AI generated comments? I've seen a couple, and I've seen one on Facebook, and then I've seen 2 on my LinkedIn posts. It was really strange. I did a post a few weeks ago, and then I think some keywords in that post triggered some sort of LinkedIn bot that hopefully is now banned because I haven't seen any of these comments afterwards. And there was literally 2 or 3 people that commented and it was so generic. It had nothing to do with my post. And I'm like, what is going on here? So literally, haven't seen any of those comments after, but that's not the way to build genuine community and genuine relationships with that community, because people are going to notice that. And every now and again, I get comments on my Facebook posts. There's somebody that's been leaving comments on my stuff, and they just always sound so either generated by AI or generated by a VA, just super fake. And I'm like, what are you doing here? Anyway, so that kind of stuff is not going to be working. If you're going to be using AI, use it for ideas, use it for editing, use it to speed up your workflows, use it in like any kind of business operations, but don't use it to replace you. I feel like we've all said it so many times, but I'm going to have to say it multiple times over and over again, because like trying to use AI to replace your voice when you're communicating with your audience, when you're engaging with potential customers or clients or potential leads, it's, you know, it's going to come off fake. So you want to make sure that you're still showing up as yourself. Like, sure, use, you know, AI video editors, use whatever you want to do, but still don't just post that content and ghost your audience. Don't use all these like bots and, you know, automated comments or stuff like that. Make sure you're still interacting with your audience, because that's what people still crave. Like, we all want human connection. And number 4, which is another kind of like human touch, human element to the content, I believe that those relaxed type of vlog videos are going to be a hit again. I feel like they were a hit in 2014 and maybe before that, when it's just, you know, the vloggers get on camera and they do either some fun unboxing video or they talk about their life while putting on makeup. I feel like this kind of content is especially going to be big with influencers, just so the creators can take, not the creators, just so that the followers and your audience can take a look at what's it's like running a business behind the scenes. What's your day-to-day look like? Now, do you have to do these every single day? No, because this kind of videos are a lot of work, you know, but those chill videos, you in front of the camera, or maybe you taking people on a journey, how you're traveling from United States to Tokyo or something like this. And especially it's going to be popular because we have those portable cameras like DJI Osmo Pocket, which is such a good camera, and I'm so gutted that I got the previous version before the new one came out, because then I was like, well, now I have this thing, but the new one came out and I kind of want the new one. But anyway, so those kind of cameras make it so easy for you to record content, or even any regular camera that's portable. So I currently have my, or, you know, like you taking your phone and just using like a portable tripod like this, and recording content. And really all you need is like one of those lights. You know, that's probably the best light that I use for all of my content. This, they call it Alex Earl light. And yeah, so that's literally all you need to record, you know, good content, is make it more about the message rather than just the content, right? Rather than the equipment, excuse me. So yeah, those kind of relaxed videos. And I'm actually curious about how this video in particular is going to perform, because I have no expectations. I have not much, you know, I'm not going to spend a lot of time video editing this video, because I just want to put it out there and make sure it's on my channel and raw and real, essentially. And so then the next prediction that I have, this is kind of going beyond 2025 as well, is I feel like we're always going to be going through the cycle of trends. And what do I mean by that? So we have had, you know, this cycle of short form video content, which, by the way, you should get your spot in that challenge if you haven't yet. You know, it's still a huge hit. Like, it's still one of, you know, especially right now on Instagram, I noticed that my views have really gone up, probably because of the fact that, you know, a certain app is potentially getting banned, although I don't really believe that. I don't think it's going to get banned, but I feel like Instagram now is giving a lot of juice to creators, even to small creators, because my account is pretty small. I have like about 2,400 followers, and, you know, I'm getting really decent views, like, you know, 1,000 views, you know, 2,000 views, some videos 3,000 views. So it's pretty big, considering the size of my Instagram account. And but I do feel like everything is going to be going through cycles. Like, at some point, you know, during 2020, when TikTok was a hit and everybody was on TikTok, everybody was on their phone, we were all home, everybody was dancing and whatever, and then that was the trend. And then everybody got tired of it. Then, you know, maybe it's the hit of YouTube. Everybody started getting, you know, their butts on YouTube and creating long form content, because it's really hard to build a connection through very short videos, especially if it's like 5-7 seconds. You know, it's nearly impossible to build a relationship with your audience through such short videos. Hence why I always gravitate back towards YouTube, because, you know, I can sit here and talk and you get to know me more as a person, you get to hear me more, rather than just me recording, you know, one short 1 minute Instagram reel or, you know, 2 minutes TikTok video. Even TikTok, it introduced a longer form type of video. Was it like a year, 2 years ago, when, you know, it started originally with, you know, 50 and 60-second videos, and then later on they added the 3-minute mark, and now there is the 10-minute mark. And I'm sure you've spent a lot of time, you know, watching those long form videos on TikTok, because that's when you really get to get to know the creator behind that video, and a lot of the times that's when they can actually deliver a lot of value. Now, that's kind of what I've done with this video as well. Like, I know I can share a lot more than I ever could in an Instagram reel. Otherwise, it's going to be short reel, long caption. But anyway, so I feel like we're always going to be going through those cycles. You know, there's like one major trend like Instagram Reels, and we're all about it, and then it starts kind of dying down, and then, you know, then we're like, oh, like I really want to watch more long form videos, I really want to learn more about that creator, I really want to, you know, get to know them more, and, you know, I want to also create more, and I want to get to know my audience more, and for them to get to know me more, right? So then the long form video is a hit, then everybody gets tired of that, and then maybe like people get tired of showing up on video. They're like, oh, I'm so drained of putting on makeup and getting ready and recording. Then people resort to podcasts and like, oh, I'll just do the audio content, and that's pretty much it. And so we're going to be going through those waves all the time, in my opinion. But don't be afraid if you don't jump on every single trend. Don't get the FOMO. Don't worry about that, because just focus on doing what you're doing, especially if it's working, whether that's long form video, whether that's short form video. I've always personally been a believer in both types of content. You know, written content that's long, written content that's short. Even when I'm showing up on my Facebook account, you know, I still try to mix it up. I don't just have the short post, I also have, you know, really long captions where my audience can get to know me more and listen to how I'm writing, because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be me writing, not ChatGPT. But other than that, I feel like the biggest prediction for 2025 is making sure that you have that human touch with your audience. Make sure that you don't just rely on AI completely, especially considering that sometimes AI shuts down. There was recently like a quite a long downtime for ChatGPT. I was actually on it. I was typing something and then it just stopped loading, and I'm like, oh crap, I have to use my brain now again, right? So be sure to still use your brain, because you have it for a reason. Use your brain cells. And yeah, so I hope this video was valuable for you. If you're still watching this, congratulations, and well, thank you for sticking through it for so long. I'll be honest with you, I've actually taken, I think, 5 different takes in order for me to record this video, because at first my camera was not focusing. Secondly, I recorded an amazing video and I forgot to click record. It was about, you know, the same length of time, like 18 minutes. Then I started recording, and then the camera just kept pausing at the 5-minute mark, and I'm like, okay, I need to change the setting. So here we are. I recorded this video technically in one go. So I started and finished it. So yeah, I'm just going to be experimenting with YouTube and seeing how those kind of videos are going to perform. And because I'm personally tired of heavily edited videos, and I just want to show up as myself and see what happens. Otherwise, have an amazing day. I hope, if you watched it in 2024, let me know in the comments. I'm pretty sure you're going to be watching this in 2025, but at least my video is up. Hopefully there's not going to be any hiccups. And let me know your predictions. Join the challenge. Let's create some amazing content in 2025, and let's grow together, and I'll see you in the new year. Happy New Year.